All right, we're gonna talk a little bit on another health tip. And today's topic is pH, your body's pH. And why is that important? Well, in the early 1930s, as we were already starting in the industrial age and our lifestyles were changing, our food choices were changing, um, there were health issues already showing up in a greater number. And Dr. Otto Warburg was concerned about the increase in numbers of diseases and was investigating that. These changes in lifestyles was raising he made the connection between our body's pH was going up, becoming more acidic, and that is a wonderful environment for those kind of diseases to thrive. So it's important to keep your pH at its balance, 7.2 or 3. And how do you know where your pH is? You can buy the test strips. They're easy to find. You can either get them at a drugstore or you can buy them online if you want to know where your start point is. But for the most part, almost all of us have a pH that is in varying degrees of being acidic. Now, not every person's body that has an acidic body will have a disease, but from tests that they've done, every person that they were testing, the body's pH that had cancer had an acidic body. So will changing your pH correct all issues? No, but it's part of the picture. And so knowing that your pH affects your health, what are some solutions? And I'd recommend, because it's a huge topic, and we're just going to talk about a couple of options or choices you can make. Use your search engine and look for the most acidic foods. Look for the most alkaline foods so that you know what, I should probably avoid this because it's going to make my body acidic. I should incorporate more of this because it's going to help create a better pH in my body. And we're just going to look at 2 or 3 things specifically. And a lot of us choose the convenience of buying a bottled water. They are not always the same pH. There's quite a bit of variation. And again, use your search engine, type in bottled water pH. There are some great graphics that I've seen that there'll be little pictures and it'll be on the scale, and the ones that are on one end are going to be the most acidic and those on the other end that are going to be the most alkaline. And I'm not going to list them for you because if it's not the brand you're using, it won't mean anything. So take a look there. I have invested in a water machine to have at my house that not only filters my water, it adds more oxygen to my water, and it also, I can select what the pH is going to be. So often when next topic, make my coffee, I'll try to remember to go get my, the machine doesn't fit in the kitchen, so I have to go to another room to get the alkaline water. And, sometimes even that seems a little too much trouble. So, and if you don't have a machine, what's a solution? There's a really simple one. And I saw this on Facebook, so maybe you've already seen it, but using some baking soda. This one has no aluminum. You might have another brand in your cupboard. Start with that. Next time you need baking soda, choose. There are several brands. You just look on the label and it'll let you know that it's aluminum free. And how much? Well, how big is your coffee cup? What I've seen is and what I'm using is you just take the tiniest little pinch of it and put it in your coffee. You shouldn't even taste it. It just is going to help bring the coffee to a better, more neutral balance, so it's not an additional burden on your body. The bigger your cup, the more you're going to use. Perhaps you're drinking your coffee, more of your coffee is in your work environment, or maybe you stop at a coffee house. I have I don't know if this was a pill bottle or what, but it's just this tiny little plastic thing. Right now it's really full, so if I open it, it's going to spill. I filled it too full. But I keep this in my purse, and if I remember, that's the other part, I have to remember just to put a little pinch, just enough so I don't taste it, but it's helping to support my body so it doesn't have the pressure of another acidic introduction into my body. When I do buy a coffee, I do like to get coffee at a coffee house, and I often listen to what other people are ordering. And pretty much, I'm the only one that's getting a non-sweetened coffee. And again, adding sugar is, for many reasons, puts stress on your body, but it also makes a more acidic beverage for you. So see what you can do to change up what you might be ordering if you're one that tends to go with a lot of sugar. A lot of those blended drinks are way loaded with sugar. When you put the sugar in yourself in a cup of coffee, you will have less sugar in there than if you buy something that they create for you that's already sweetened. But I do want to make sure you're not putting an artificial sweetener in there. That's really a toxic burden for your body, lots of stress, and the health benefits really, again, you can do a search engine on this. There is no health benefit. It makes you crave more, you're more hungry. There's a lot of unhealthy things that these artificial sweeteners are doing. So real sugar, honey, or stevia. Stevia is a great choice, but again, you have to read the label because they make a lot of stevia choices that have dextrose or some other form of sugar in it. Stevia is 10 times sweeter than sugar, so there should be no other sugar in there. And that's your whole reason for choosing it, is to eliminate the sugar. So check the label. This one was recommended to me. Sweet Drops comes in many flavors, but it is something you have to keep in the refrigerator. So that's something I use as a treat here at home. And I actually will put it in my water. I try to drink the recommended amount of water, which for me is about 60 ounces of water a day. And some days it's kind of a struggle to get all the water in, but by putting some of the stevia drops in there, makes it a lot easier. Goes nice in tea. There's a lot of applications for using those drops. So those are just a few ideas. I don't want to just present the problems. I want to be able to give you some tools, some choices, and certainly if you don't know where the problems are and you don't know where to look for solutions, it's really hard to move forward in having a healthier body. And that's why I'm presenting this little information. I hope you have found it helpful, and thanks for listening.